Hello, everybody. Sorry about the week 5 not being there, but here we are with Sim Power Rankings for week 6 coming up. Once again, I'm with Freetle.
Here against my will.
Okay, buddy. Good one. Anyway, yeah, so, I mean,
Someone
you should know all
help.
that by now. 8th, Double Trouble. The first team officially eliminated from the playoffs race. This was the case as of last week as well, but it's even more official now, and they lost the battle of the two bottom seeds. So there really isn't much to say anymore about this team at the moment. To be fair, I was actually close to putting these guys at 7 now that I'm talking about it, Friedel, because
It.
the reason why they won the series was because Zidane brought a illegal Pokemon after
Mm.
winning the game. The illegal Pokemon, though, was just a Rotom form that was different.
Mm.
They lost the series off of Zidane bringing the wrong Rotom form, which didn't affect any fusion, but competitive integrity was affected. And so it ended up changing the series entirely to a Joe's win, keeping them alive in the playoffs at the same time. But yeah, they're coming off of a
Mm.
1-0 loss that, frankly, they should have won. But considering they're the only team out of playoffs now, I have to put them here. They have actually been playing okay lately. They've had they lost 4-3 to Band Brigade. They lost 4-3 to who was it? They lost 4-3 to Mello. They lost 4-3 the week before that to Portals. They've just been losing 4-3 every single week. And it still hasn't changed. They're going to win a series at some point. They just need to stop losing 4-3. Like, think about it for a second. Double Trouble could technically be 4-1 right now if they just won an extra game on every series. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? Well, that's them at 8. 7, Average Joes. They still have a chance to make the playoffs after
That's
winning.
not. No, really.
They did. If they win out, their odds are not that bad. I don't think they actually need much else to happen outside of they need to win their games. With the way the schedule's kind of worked itself out.
I mean, that only puts them to 3-4, right?
If they win out, they're at 3
Let me check the
4.
standings.
Yeah, but there's also, what, 3 teams at 3-2, 1 at 2-3. So they do
No,
kind of
there's
need.
5 teams at 3-2.
Is there 5? No, there's 4 teams at 3. There's 3 teams at 3-2, 1 at 2-3. Right now, I'm saying.
No, there's 3 at 3-2, 2 at 4-1,
Yeah.
and then 1 at 2-3.
Okay, yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Okay. At least that's what I thought I was saying. Regardless,
Not what you said, but
I don't fucking know anymore, man. For Joes to get into the playoffs, though, they need to win out, and they need one of Frog's, Portals, or Band to lose out, and they
mm,
need Gibble. They need, yeah, that's it. Actually, that's all they need.
they need 2 of Frog's portals are banned to lose out.
One, because Gibbles play. Let's say Gibbles win this week. They play Joe's next week. And Joe's would be ahead if they win that series by enough.
And
Oh, wait, yeah, they need
mm,
2. Shit, they do need 2. I can't fucking count. Because then they'd end up in 5th. Right, they do need 2 to lose out. Which is still possible.
actually, no, because portals and band play week 7.
Right, so they need Frogs and one of those 2 teams, Portal's Band, to lose out.
Yeah.
Not gonna be easy now that I think about it. For
Yeah,
some
so
reason,
we
I
have to
wasn't
lose to
counting. See,
double.
you would have to lose to Double Trouble. So Joe's fate now lies on Double Trouble because you guys actually do need to lose out in order for them to make in.
And also, Gibble's Peaches have to lose to Double Trouble.
Well, no,
Because they're
Gibbles
still
Peaches
relying
don't
on.
have to lose to Double Trouble because if they lose to
Actually, no, that's not
Joe's,
true.
Joe's
Never
could
mind.
jump them.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's more just that has to happen. Oh yeah, and just to add the note, we're going to go over playoff implications now as well because this is week 6. We're going into 1 week after this. Who's clinching? What people need to get in? The whole shebang will be what we're going to go over now as well. So yeah, Joes have a long way to climb at the end of the day. To sum it all up, they need Frogs to lose out. They need one of Portals and Brigade to lose out. And they need Peaches. Well, actually, they don't need anything with Peaches. They need Frogs to lose out, one of Portals or Brigade to lose out, and they need to win out with good win-loss ratio. So that's hard, but it's still reasonable to expect that to be possible. Anyways, on to 6. How the mighty have fallen. It's Bam Brigade now. I think the big thing with this team was they were getting their game was won. They were winning their games, and so there was no reason to drop them down, right? But there was something, at least I was noticing. I don't know if you saw it all, Freetle, either. But the wins were coming from different people each week.
Yeah.
Not many people on that team were having sustained success. Al1's their best player at 3-1. Otherwise, everyone on that team has had at least 2 losses now to their name. By not having that sustained success, it means there's a chance that none of them are locking in for a game. And that's kind of just what happened against Vale last week, where they just went sick. They lost 6-1. After every series was a 4-3 for them going into that. Because somebody was on their game at some point. Now it's 3-1. Or sorry, their 4-3s have not worked to this point. Now they're 3-2 with a -15 differential and a low tiebreaker. Their remaining schedule is Joe's into Portals. So it's hard to tell from here exactly what's going to happen, but their big exclamation point series, quote unquote, is going to be their series against Portals at the end here in week 7. I do feel like the winner of that series gets in, the loser does not.
Yeah.
They may both be out, depending on how Gibbles perform in the next 2 weeks. But it's very difficult to tell what their in is right now. Right now, they're sitting in 5th, which is respectable. Their tiebreaker is only 1 behind Spiels, but it's also 1 behind Peaches. And so that is going to be a bit of a dog pile for who gets in. So speaking of Portals, they're number 5. They've just lost 5-2 to Frogs. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Freetle. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, their captain's the only 2 people that won that series. To be fair, Galaxy's been the most consistent player on the tour, bar Zeb right now. So that's always good for them. The reason they're sort of above here is they have been a little bit more convincing when they've been winning. And the consistency of the players that are winning the games is there. Like, Adem's winning a lot. Galaxy's obviously 1 out so far.
Yeah.
Tachi's been doing really well. Was undefeated until this week. Well done, Freetle. KP4's been... Has he been stepping it up? I thought he was.
I don't think he even played.
I don't think he even played last week. Yeah, so main point is, though, their main players are playing to a level we can see, which gives them a better sort of inside track to get into the playoffs here. It's the same sort of thing, though. I do think they have a harder remaining schedule. Because this week they play us, or Vale, sorry, while Band plays Joe's. And that might deter. Like, Portals almost need to win this week. Because Band may very well win as well, and at that point, it's going to be hard for them to get in. This week's going to be very tough for them to win, but they have to do it in order to really secure that playoff spot. I do think there is still ways they get in, but they do need to win one of the next two. They are the 4 seed right now as well. So
yeah,
it really just comes down, if they win one of the next two by a good margin, they're in a good spot. If they win both, they're in. If they were to drop both, they're out. I mean, it's a very middle position to be in because they're in the middle of the fucking standing. Duh. But yeah, you'd hope to. Hopefully, you see more consistency from this team going into the playoffs here, because that's what's going to need to. What they're going to need to get through. Anyways, 4, Gibbles Peaches. Why are they at 4 and not at 6 if they're 2 and 3? Maybe the question some people watching this are asking. The reason they are here is because they have the easiest strength of schedule remaining, as they play Double Trouble and Average Shows in the last 2 weeks. They've been relatively consistent in their losses when they have lost, which is, something you like to see as well when you're looking at these teams. Playoff implications, though, they need to win out.
not necessarily.
Can they get in on 3, 4?
Okay, yeah, they do need to win out, actually.
Okay, there you go. I don't know if they can get in on 3, 4. I think the cutoff right now is 4 wins to make it, to have a chance to get in.
I suppose they could, technically. We'd have to lose a lot of differential.
Well, one of Portals or Band are going to win a game. One of them will be at 4.
It's like if both, let's say, Band and us lose out, they have to get enough diff from that to get past us.
Right.
And then they can be in.
See, the thing is, though, Band and Portals, one of them is going to be at least 4-3.
Yeah.
Because they play. So if you guys win, Frogs win, Gibbles need to, they'd have to win out.
Yeah.
In order to get to 4 wins. That space, like, if they win out, they're probably in because they do have higher tiebreaker, high differential. But they kind of have to win out. The reason they're here, though, is because they're playing the 2 lowest teams and they have the best chance to win out from this spot.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to watch. 3, Melweta Sigmas. They're 4-1 now. Zeb has been the most consistent player in the tour, which definitely helps for them. Fox has been surprisingly consistent as well at 4-1, which is honestly something I wasn't expecting to see coming into this. We were expecting the other captain to be playing more like that, but good on Fox for playing well. They're win 1 game and in. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
5 game wins will clinch you at this point in time. If they win, they're in. If they lose both, they don't make it. Their tiebreaker is low. Their differential's 2. I don't think they've
Yeah.
won a stab game all season, which is, pretty scary thing for this kind of tour. And I mean, the same thing that we've been saying all season is still occurring. Their top players are still just winning games. They have 3 guys in the top 10. In Zeb, uh, Anan, and Fox. And Onion's just outside that. Right, so they have 4 players in the top 15 at this moment in time. Which is
Yeah.
This is exactly what we expected going into the season, wasn't it? That they were just going to have consistency throughout their lineup here. Or not consistency in their main players, and a little less consistency throughout the lineup. Grimmit's just played for the first game, got a win there, so I'd like to see what's going to happen with Grimmit's playing more often. They also have a tough strength of schedule, though, because they do play the 2 teams we haven't seen on this list yet.
Yeah.
They play Frogs into Vale, which is not an easy run at it, to say the least. So they definitely have the hardest strength of schedule remaining. We just need to see if the consistency stays the way it does. Because if they keep consistent and just win at one of their 2, they make it in. If they have close series, they might make it in, but very unlikely. So that's where Vale's at. Sigmas are at. Frogs are number 2. They're the 3 seed, but they've been, very close loss to Vale and a very dominant win over Portals. Have them at 2 right now. For you guys, I believe it is just win once.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't need to hit the 5 marker because your diff is 27. And because your total wins is 21 already. So it is just a situation of win and you're in. Shadows, unfortunately, lost their first game. So sad to watch the GOAT lose once. But otherwise, you guys are playing well. I love how your 2 top 10 players are your 5K players, by the way.
Yep.
Lux at 418 and Shadows at 4112. But you guys have been generally consistent throughout as well. Sir Kill would be up there as well if it weren't for the misclick week 1.
Yeah.
I think he'd be at what, 4-1 plus 8 or 7 or something like that.
I think it'd be like 4-1.
Well, the misclick was only 1 diff.
Plus 50. He lost 2 mons to the Crow.
Oh, sorry, he's 3-2-11. I was reading the wrong slide. He'd be 3-2-13. Or 4-1-13. Sorry. Yeah, he'd be 4-1 plus 13. 13.
14.
1 mon swing.
It's 4.
Was it not a 1 mon swing?
No, it was a 2 mon.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. Yeah,
because
2 mon swing
there was the Croak. Their last mon was the Croak. Sir Kill lost Decidueye and Hisui and sneezed lower to it.
Okay. So yeah, no, then it would
So
be,
that's
then he'd be at 14. Which is, again, like top 5 level. So,
yeah.
You've had very consistent results from them. Big thing for you guys. Actually, I think you're the X factor right now. Because when you win, I think your team's winning series most of the time.
Yeah.
If you don't win, your team has not won series.
Oh, no, that's not true. We beat Band.
Right. You get my point, though. If you have those 3 players playing at top
it's
level...
It's really not a correlation thing.
Okay.
Because it's 50-50.
It is
like
50-50. That's fair. Actually, that's entirely fair. I'm more just pointing to someone on your roster that's been playing well, but has... You're 3-2, right? So,
yeah.
If you win, your team is very likely to win. When the good boy himself, Freetle, wins, they have ins. Anyways, number 1, Vale. Finally. I don't want to say much on this, but I guess I can. We may have already clinched. I'm not sure. At
Yeah,
24
probably.
58, it's likely. I think if we lose like 7-0, we have a chance to fall out.
If it lose a lot.
We'd have to lose a lot of games. Because 58 diff, 24 total wins. It's likely Vale's already clinched. After the series, I'll have a better answer. I don't think mathematically Vale has clinched yet. Technically. Like, I think. Ooh, actually? No, Vale hasn't clinched yet. But I think we don't even need to win this series in order to clinch. I think if we go like 4-3 with a loss, we still get in. Because then Band and Portals can't get the tiebreaker. Yeah, okay. So basically, Vale just needs to have a close series, and they're in. We have 2 top 5 players, I guess. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to toot my own horn. One of them's me. The other's Jabs. Tom's been playing well too at 3-1 plus 3-0 plus 11. Sorry, one of only I think 6 undefeated players right now. Yeah, there's 6. No, 7, 8. There's 8 undefeated players. Huh. Didn't know that. But out of the undefeated players, he has the 3rd most amount of wins. I mean, my team's doing better than I expected them to do. There's not really much else to say about that. Playoff implications all the way throughout. If you're skipping ahead, go back, watch your own team. I would have probably spoken on your implications to playoffs already. I don't want to say it all again. Here's the week ahead. Band Brigade, Average Joe's face. Portals and Vale face. Peaches and Double Trouble face. Meloetta and Frog's face this week. That's basically everything. We will be back for pre-week 7 power rankings with more playoff information along with the weekly breakdowns. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.